please subscribe and don't forget to press the bell icon to get notified whenever we upload a new video.
But Ashmit, let's talk about the other big case in the Supreme Court, and this one, of course, pertains to Sahara's Aamby Valley. Are there any takers for the Aamby Valley? What is the official liquidator telling the court?
Well, we had some interesting revelations coming in from the official liquidator. Keep in mind that the Supreme Court had appointed a liquidator and a receiver for selling of the Aamby Valley project. The liquidator, in its submission today before the Apex Court, admitted that there have been 2 rounds of advertisements in national dailies, in international newspapers, but there hasn't been significant amount of interest, that there has been issues in terms of selling Aamby Valley as a whole, that they are looking to cut it into parcels, and then perhaps that they believe will enjoy more traction amongst the prospective buyers. But key revelations coming in from them is that 2 big Indian groups of repute is what the official liquidator called them, have expressed interest. The 2 groups in question being the Mahindras as well as the Piecemeal group. They have expressed interest that they're conducting their due diligence. So for the first time, we're getting 2 big names that are interested as far as the Aamby Valley project is concerned. The Supreme Court on its part giving a go-ahead for a breakup into parcels and then subsequent sale. So clearly the wheels have been set in motion. The next date to watch for will be April. That's when the Apex Court will take stock of the situation.
Okay, so Mahindra and the Piecemeal group throwing its hat into the ring as far as Aamby Valley, that's the Sahara Aamby Valley real estate project is concerned. Thanks, Ashmit, for joining us with that. But on to crucial decisions taken by the Cabinet this evening. It has approved the change in criteria for classifying MSME from investment in plant and machinery to annual turnover. So now an enterprise with a turnover of less than 5 crore rupees will be classified as a micro-enterprise. Companies with a turnover between 5 crores to 75 crore rupees will be classified as small enterprises, while those with a turnover between 75 crore rupees and 500 crore rupees will be treated as medium enterprises. So that is an important decision being taken by the Cabinet there, the reclassification of what qualifies as an MSME. Time for us to head into a break, but coming up right after that.
आपके उस पाप की सजा 125 करोड़ हिंदुस्तानी न भुगत।
राजनीतिक भाषण किया, कैंपेन स्पीच करी।
Prime Minister Modi launches a blistering attack on the opposition. Rahul Gandhi calls it a campaign speech, questions the Prime Minister's silence on the Rafael deal. A special debate when we return.
Well, welcome back. Time now for a special coverage of India's biggest auto event. That's the Auto Expo 2018, which kicked off today. Now, the event that will last till the 14th of February began with a slew of launches and unveiling of some concept motor vehicles. Here's a quick look at the highlights from day 1 at the Auto Expo.
This is the Maruti Suzuki Future S concept. It's a concept that envisions a compact crossover-ish vehicle that will sit between the likes of the Kwid and the KUV 100.
We provided this time, to a SUV type that electric vehicle concept. Already we announced that in 2020 we tried to bring it in the market, the fastest electric vehicle.
What you see behind me is the Kia SP concept, which will take production shape and launch the Kia brand into the Indian market by the end of 2019. It will be in the same space as the Creta. That means it will be placed over the Vitara Brezza. It will be placed in that 15 to 20 lakh rupee bracket, and that is what this car is all about.
And now we are constructing our under-process plant, and we'll complete the construction work in 2019 September, when you will see my first cars from the September of 2019.
All the excitement seems to be centered around the Tata Pavilion, and that behind me is the reason for it. So that's the new concept, H5X. By Tata Motors. The H5X looks absolutely wonderful. What powertrains it's going to have, how it's going to eventually drive, that we'll obviously know once there is a production version of this car. But what we see so far looks really, really good.
Everybody has this thing about the first car they buy. Which was your first car and how was the feeling? Can you take us through that?
Well, my first car was in '93. which wasn't a brand new car. It was a second-hand BMW, because obviously I didn't have deep pockets then, and it was not so possible to go out to a showroom, or rather in those days one had to import the cars, and then, you know, duty was astronomical, I think 350% or something like that. But from a friend of mine, I just picked up a second-hand car, and that was my first car, which was 320i, if I'm not mistaken.
So from then till now, which has been your favorite car till point of time?
Well, they all are made differently, in the sense, if you talk about the X5M, which is a fabulous SUV, but if I have to go for practice or on tours, whatever, that is the one. If I'm going out for dinner with my wife, then I think 7 Series is luxurious. If I'm doing both, taking my family, then I think M5 is really, really good. So all these different cars meet my requirements. But it's hard to single out one, but handling and sportiness, I think nothing matches I8.
Well, that's the CNBC TV18 team of reporters getting you all the sights and sounds of the biggest event in India's automotive calendar. Time now for a quick break, but coming up, Tata Group to restructure defense businesses spread across various group companies. Those exclusive details when we return. Welcome back once again. Now, in keeping with Tata Sons chief N. Chandrasekaran's blueprint for rationalization of portfolios of companies, we learned that the conglomerate is moving ahead with its plans to restructure its defense businesses spread across various group companies. Nisha Poddar now gets us exclusive details on the rejig plan. Take a look.
This could be one of the first restructuring plans by Tata Sons under the leadership of N. Chandra for a more cleaner and organized Tata conglomerate. Now, what we do gather from sources with direct knowledge is that the defense restructuring for one powerhouse of all the defense businesses under Tata Sons is soon to be announced, likely this month. Under this particular plan, 3 group entities, Tata Motors, Tata Power, as well as Tata Industries, would be selling their defense assets to Tata Advanced Systems, which will be the umbrella company for all defense manufacturing under Tata Sons. Now, for Tata Motors, there is TAL manufacturing, which is into aerostructures. That, along with a part of the specialized vehicle business for defense purposes, could be sold for about 800 odd crore rupees. Tata Motors likely to retain a large part of that vehicle manufacturing business and still continue in that defense space in some form. Tata Power's SED, or Strategic Engineering Division, could be sold for about 1,000 odd crore rupees, and Tata Industries, Tata Advanced Materials, which is into armor products, would be sold for close to about 1,000 odd crore rupees. So total intra-group transfer and transactions would be close to around 2,800 odd crore rupees, which would create one hub and one powerhouse for all the defense businesses of Tata Sons under Tata Advanced Systems.
So a major rejig plan as far as the Tata Group is concerned, trying to bring all of its defense interests under one roof. But with that, that's a wrap on this edition of India Business Hour. Thank you for watching. Good night.